All right, let's rock and roll, you guys. I am super excited to be here with you today. We're going to talk about how to get cash patients who are able to pay with this proven practice growth model, as you can see on your screen. All right, let's jump into this. All right, first and foremost, I want to give a very special thank you and a shout out to my friends over at ErgoFlex Technologies. Um, I made invites myself, and so if you did not get an invite from ErgoFlex, totally fine. If you got an invite and you're here because of ErgoFlex, thank you, and thank you to them. They've got awesome equipment, the Back on Track, the Knee on Track, and then the Total Brain and Body, and then they have the Server Track as well, I believe is what it's called. But I was there just last month, had a great, tour of the facility. They have awesome equipment, awesome people. And again, special thanks to them. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who showed up here live. I know you are in the middle of your workday, and I promise not to take advantage of your time here. And I actually have something very special for you. All right, let's start here though. I want everybody that is watching this today, I want you all to win really big. And the best way to do that is to engage. I'm not even kidding. You will have a way better experience if you're not just, if you're driving down the road, then don't engage. But excuse me, if you can, grab the chat widget. It's at the chat bubble at the very bottom of the screen, and let me know that you're there. Let me know where you're at. And I'm excited to get going. We'll go as soon as you guys let me know that you're out there, that you're awake, and you are ready to rock and roll. Let's go. You guys, let me know that you're. Grab the chat. Let's make sure that everybody's Zoom functions are working. Go ahead, grab that, and we will get going. All right. Hi, chat. Okay, great. We are working. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and get going. So we do have a focus today, and we're going to be focusing on, three primary areas, something I call the big three. Okay. So if you're here, you're likely interested in getting more knee patients, more neuropathy patients, or more low back, so disc patients. Okay. This is definitely for you. If you have ever failed at marketing, if you've hired an agency, fired an agency, maybe you've kind of gone through through the cycle, had a lot of maybe negative experiences, and maybe you've never even really gotten a return on your marketing. Okay. If that's you, you're in the right place. And by the end of today's training, you're going to be able to never pay for low quality marketing ever again, never have to hire an agency ever again. And you'll be able to pay qualified patients when you need them. All right. A little bit about me. We won't spend too much time on me. I've been doing this for 20 years as an entrepreneur, 7 years marketing for patients. I spoke, this is me at Patrick Jen Temple's Ultimate Achievers Club event. That's me speaking in front of all those docs. This is a top rated podcast I had called the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. It was top ranked in the topic of Facebook ads. I authored the book, New Patient School, the how-to guide for converting more leads into patients. And am the only agency that ever had a published case study in the chiropractic for a chiropractic clinic. And then, of course, I am the co-founder of PatientStream. So today's agenda, in our small amount of time together today, I want to have a big impact in the following ways. One, I do want to show you a proven formula that gets qualified niche patients where other things fail. There's a lot of things that people copy and paste, and because they copy and paste, they don't know what they're doing. When it breaks, they don't know what to fix. Okay, so we're going to show you the formula so you can have a good idea of how this whole thing works. I want to give you clarity, because most of what you hear, okay, whether it's, oh, this perfect remarketing strategy or this or whatever, they're all sales gimmicks, and all they do is further confuse you guys, because you guys obviously don't have time to be learning online strategies and marketing and all this stuff. It's an ever it's a moving target, and a lot of what you see out there is just confusion. And then I really do, and I mean this, I'm not just saying it, I want to unlock immediate growth potential. And I will show you the actual methods and the offers that you can start using today. All right. This is all I need from you. Number one, participation. We got the little chat, the Q&A thing out of the way, hey, technical issues, whatever. But I'm here to share what I've discovered with the angle of you being able to go back to your practice and not just improve it, but actually change it forever. Okay. So that means Participation plus implementation is the 1-2 combo. Okay. Nothing pains me more. I've been doing this for almost 8 years. Then giving a solution, sharing, showing the proof, showing how it works. And then years later, having the same people come back and be like, oh, I saw a webinar you did, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And I was sharing similar things or things at that time that were working at that time. And nothing has changed with that clinic. Okay. So participation, implementation, grab the Q&A. I usually say grab the chat, grab the Q&A and let me know that you're good with this and that you are ready to roll. I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water. All right, let's get this out of the way. All right, there's usually 2 types of people. Okay, this is kind of how I was the first half of my life, where I refused to learn. I kind of, think maybe I know better than other people, whatever the case may be. I repeat things that didn't work before, but somehow I think they're going to work when I do them again. And you make zero progress doing that. And then there's the other people who are open-minded. They're always open to learning something. They take action and they are always trying to improve. Make yourself a promise here today that no matter which person you are right now, after today, you will either act or ask, meaning the person on the right, they may not act, but at least you could ask what the next move is. Is that fair enough, you guys? Okay. Now, I know a lot of you here have dealt with a lot of bad characters when it comes to, getting leads. And maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the idea of getting a bunch of leads, that sounded exciting, but today it sounds like hell because of you've dealt with people like this. Dishonest newbies, I call these guys. Hey guys, I landed my first chiropractic clinic. How would I target these clients on Facebook? What would their interest be? Help, I'm about to launch my first funnel. This is not a person that should be spending your hard-earned dollars to get, to grow your practice. This is not who you should be working with. Okay. Or even worse, this is actually worse, in my opinion, the guarantee the gullible. Okay. Get 90 new patients guaranteed. I'm not sure how you can guarantee a patient if you're not in the practice, regardless. Okay. Here's what's interesting about this. Get 90 new patients. If I clicked on that ad, and when I clicked on it, guess what popped up as the URL? 30 guaranteed appointments. So it started out where they're like, listen, man, we need to get some business. What do we do? Well, let's guarantee some appointments. How many? 30. 30 sounds good. They put that out there. Not good enough. And escalated to the point where it's like, all right, we're going to give them patience. We're going to give them guarantee. And it's going to be 90. How about 90? 90 sounds good, guys. All right, let's do this. This is why so many of you are left thinking that ads don't work, that it's all BS, that you're tired of it, that when you do it, those leads don't turn into patients. You're chasing people. All you get is tire kickers. Okay. Or you get people saying stuff like, I never even filled out that form. That is BS. Okay. Or this may be even worse sometimes. Okay. Sometimes it actually works. And then it doesn't. And then it works. And then it doesn't. And then it works. And then after a while, you're like, man, it just keeps going down. And then it stops entirely. Okay. So here is the obvious conclusion I found so many people default to, that Facebook ads don't work. Therefore, they never did work. Okay. Lead quality will always be garbage. And there's something wrong with your area. But is that the actual obvious conclusion, really? Okay. Has no one else done it successfully, actually? Okay. If they can do it, you guys can too. In fact, today I'm going to detail how one clinic not only doubled in 2.5 months, but they did it with a single ad, spending $40 a day. And they did it under the most dire circumstances where the practice was almost in financial ruin. They pulled it, they pulled that plane out of a nosedive. More on that in just a minute. But before we get into this, a quick little disclaimer. What you see today is 100% verifiable. The testimonies, the ads, all the stuff that I'm going to show you is verifiable, but they, but even though they are verifiable, they only work if you do. Okay. These are not magic beans I'm selling. If you've come on to any of my trainings before, this is a lot of hard work that we've put into this to make this so easy for people. So I hope that you are excited. I'm excited. Who's ready to go? I'm going to pull up the Q&A because that's what I'm supposed to do. Pull up that Q&A, ready to go. Jim Milham, what's up, Jim? Awesome. And no, you know what? I'm in and out of patients, dude. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you coming, listening to this, and treating patients at the same time. That's above and beyond. All right. Let's go. All right. Your new discoveries today. Number one, we're going to talk about that formula, the formula Facebook gave me. I'm talking about Facebook. They actually gave me the formula. Okay. The proven way to attract qualified prospects every week. And again, given directly by Facebook. Number two, a tool, the new tool. No more chasing leads. Let's fill your schedule in 20 minutes with a new hybrid tool. And this is pretty recent in the last couple of months. It's actually more than I need to update that slide. But the anti-agency is simple solutions to add a steady stream, patient stream, you guys get it, steady stream of new patients without the expense or unreliability of your typical Facebook ad agency. So let's go ahead and jump into discovery number one, the formula. Now, I do need to give a bit of background. I've been doing this for a long time, and 8 years ago, everything started for me right here in this moment. And I took a picture of this moment, okay? Because I knew, for some reason, I knew this was going to be an important day for me. This was the very first time I came into Dr. Sonny Gill's clinic, and he started training me on how to run practices just like his. And I sat in the back and I was in awe of his story and in what all of these people were doing. And so I started working with him, and I got really good at it. And together we would help a lot of docs. What we really were good at is we help them improve their net profits. We systemize their operations really quickly. We would do these one-page protocol things. They were really cool. And then we educate them on how to enroll cash plus insurance cases and add new services. And we were incredible at it. We would go in and add 30% in new revenue to a practice in 30 to 45 days, like clockwork. It was awesome. But it was so crazy because Sonny would come to me, and whether we were riding on the ferry together to go to a consult or whatever it was, he would say, you know what? All of this is so cool. But if we could just help people get new patients, that would really be a game changer. And he would say this exact same variation of this phrase, like I don't know if he was hypnotizing me or what he was doing, but he kept saying it to me over and over and over until eventually that became my one and singular mission. I began doing new patient marketing and learning how to acquire patients for practices just like yours, like the ones that I was working with. Okay. And so for 3 years, I started out, I said, I'm going to master new patient marketing. And holy cow, it was not as easy as I had anticipated. Anything good, anything worth doing never is going to be, right? But because I never gave up, I actually started like getting it together, getting my act together, really figuring things out. And then 2018, something absolutely crazy, mind-blowing, amazing happened. I was approached by our Facebook rep, and they said, you know, we have a lot of businesses that we evaluate to do these case studies on, and we want to do one in the natural and in the chiropractic space. And you guys are doing things the right way. So we would love to publish a case study on some of your campaigns. And so this is what they studied, or this is what they published. They published our results, and they showed how marketing is supposed to be done for chiropractic, okay, and niche services as well. And while that was a big feather in our cap, okay, because yeah, we became the only agency with published results. That's awesome, right? And then conversely, this case study they did was a marketing campaign of a brand new startup campaign that went from $0 to $80,000 in monthly collections in just 3.5 months, okay? So that was all great. But what we learned by having that case study published was invaluable. It changed everything for us. Why? All of the results, all of that data that they collected, what actually made the money, that information is never available. It's called attribution data. It's never available to the end user, to the agency, the client. They don't have it. Okay. That's information owned by Facebook. But if it's your case study, they give you that information. And the data was so mind-blowing. It was so mind-blowing. We had looked at some of these campaigns, and this was in 2018. So that's 4 years doing this now. Okay. And what they told us, the story that this data told was really, that whole, 80-20 thing, right? 20% of the ads created 80% of the revenue. Okay. And we were talking about offers specific to spinal decompression, general chiropractic, and acupuncture. Okay. And as we looked at the data, this pattern started to appear. Okay. And this is the first part where you guys, I hope, really have a couple of light bulbs start to go off. So number one, the data showed it had to be very niche specific, very, very call out one specific condition. The offer, the ones that made all the money, included treatment. Okay. More about that later. And none of them were free. Okay. Meaning no consultations. A consultation is not an offer. You do a consultation on a Facebook ad. Good luck. Not going to work. Okay. And this pattern works so well, it soon became a proven formula for us. And it's something today that we call, let's do some fancy animation here, the qualified patient formula. All right, cool. And what's cool about this is we didn't just use it for that spinal decompression campaign. We used it for sciatica patients, red light patients, knee decompression, shoulder, joint pain, plantar fasciitis, and over 100 different campaigns. In fact, we've used it so much today. This was 4 years ago that I have an entire library with proven results in over 20 niches in both the chronic pain and natural healing professions in those spaces. And I'm sure you guys are like, okay, this is great. Should we cheer? Like, what's the point of all of this? Okay. It's not necessary to cheer. Here's my point. Okay. If you can find an ad that has the potential to change your practice, it's hard to do, but it is a huge advantage. And now with this formula, okay, you can go and make immediate changes in your practice. And in some cases, maybe even save it. And this happened to be the case for Arcadia Family Wellness. Okay. They were in a dire situation. Back in 2020, at the beginning of 2020, when the pandemic hit, they saw their visits drop from 180 visits on average per week down to 80. Okay. And I mean, Dr. Peavey, this is Dr. Peavey on the left here. He said, he'd been in practice for 30 years. Okay. And now all of a sudden, I'm sure most of you here had not a great experience when the pandemic hit. It was an incredible challenge. Okay. He heard about Patient Stream from a friend. Okay. Started using the formula that I just showed you. And in 2.5 months, he was able to double his practice and add $50,000 in new cash patients. Okay. And currently, I mean, this is actually needs to be updated. I think it's been 2 years-ish, right? His practice exceeds 180 visits, and he continues to do that. And I would say, this part is hilarious. He did all this with a single offer, which he continues to do today. This is the exact same offer that he runs today. Now he runs other ones, okay? But this same offer persists 2 years later. Incredible. Incredible, okay? Listen, let's take a quick little pause. I know there's a lot of you that come in with these different stories in your head, like, well, that's good for him, but, okay, I've seen results like this before. I personally tried Facebook ads before, getting leads, and they didn't work. Most of them even seemed like they weren't interested in the first place. Listen, these are big butts. I understand. I totally get that. But there's something that if we understand, if we can get on the same page, I think we can change the trajectory and how you use this tool. Okay. So number one, here's what you need to know. All leads are not created equal. You saw in that case study, 80-20, 20% got 80. Well, what about the 80 crappy stuff? It's not that it's crappy. Okay. Here's what people don't think about. Okay. Number one, in the spectrum of general marketing to specific marketing, Okay. There exists in your practice these examples. Okay. General are things that have an associated price point with them. If I said, how much is a massage at 1 o'clock in Boise, Idaho, I could give you a range right now, 60 to 70 bucks. And you would all say, yep, that's about right. Okay. In your area, you could do the same thing. How much is a chiropractic adjustment? 55 bucks. Okay. So that becomes then a commodity based thing. And the only thing that you can do when you're promoting those services in that way, the only lever you can pull is price. So the only thing you have the ability to do, since it's a known commodity, is lower the price. That's all you can do. I can't sell a McDonald's hamburger, not to equate the two, but I can't sell a McDonald's hamburger by saying this hamburger is so much better. No, everybody knows what the hamburger is. Okay. So when you get to a bunch of leads you might get a whole bunch of chiropractic leads, but the response can be very low. And then the more you go to the other side, the more you go specific to the neuropathy, the knee pain, the decompression. If I said, hey, how much does it cost to fix your neuropathy? Man, well, first of all, if you're general public, nobody's going to know. They can't put a price on that, right? Here's the point. The more specific your ads, the more likely your success, okay? This is the zone. This is the qualified zone right there that you need to be in. And you get there by using the qualified lead formula. Talk to a specific person. Make sure that you use your ads and trigger the right interest, and then price out all of the freebies. Let's go ahead and do a quick example. I want you guys to maybe even look at some of the past marketing you've done. Okay. So from previous experience, what happened when you did this offer? First adjustment, exam, chiropractic or report of findings for 21 bucks. Well, what happens? Well, one, let's check it. Do we offer treatment? Yes. Okay. Do we charge appropriately? Yes. Okay. And then number 3, who are we talking to? No, you only have to break one of these components and you lose. Okay. Let's try it again. What happens when you do this? We're going to do the same-ish kind of thing. Spinal decompression, evaluation, report of findings, 55 bucks. Do we offer treatment? Yep. Okay. Do we charge appropriately? Yep. Okay. Who are we talking to? Sciatica patients. Wow, we did it. This produces qualified leads. Let me ask you this question. Who makes more money, the generalist or the specialist? Are you guys getting this? Is this making sense? Okay. Not only does this make sense to everybody knows that a specialist makes more money than a generalist. Okay. But the case study confirmed this. The case study showed that all of the revenue came from the decompression ads that we ran. Okay. And by the way, the patients were very qualified. This was based on feedback from the clinic. Patients were very qualified. They were able to pay. They were easy to reach. The follow-up was similar to a normal referral or other patients. And not just that 80%, okay, the chiropractic and the acupuncture, which we've tightened up since that case study, of course. Most of those people were hard to reach and non-responsive. Okay. Here's the point. We got to delineate these two things. Niche scales, general fails. Are you guys getting this? Is this making sense? Let's make sure that chat is working. I'm going to go over, not chat, the Q&A is working. Let's see here. Makes sense. Ali, you're a funny guy. Okay, let's keep going here. Yeah, general fails, niche scales. So let's see where we're at. Where we're at, step number 1. Now we know the formula and what it takes to get qualified leads. All right, awesome. Who's ready for discovery number 2? You guys ready? Makes sense. We're getting some makes sense. Let's roll. Okay, awesome. Discovery number 2, a new tool. No more chasing leads. You can fill your schedule in just 20 minutes a day with a new hybrid. So part man, part tool. Tool. All right. When it comes to leads, you guys ever heard any of these? Okay. I did not opt in for your offer. I am not sure how you got my info. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm really busy right now. Can't talk later. Ghost you, never called you back. Has your agency ever been told you're not following up enough by another agency? Okay. Then they tell you record these videos and this will fix that thing and this thing. And then at the end of the day, you're like, man, this lead quality just sucks. And that is the name of the game in perpetuity. Any of that sound familiar? Let's go back to this case study for a minute with my friend Dr. Ray Peavey. So at the very beginning, he said, and this is a 45-minute interview that we did. It's on our YouTube channel. You can watch the whole thing. He said, at first, I was expecting all of these folks, these leads, to magically just start walking in the door. Here's the crazy thing. Dr. Peavey almost did not save his practice. Okay. And this is a very common misconception, is you see all the excitement of the leads start flowing and you're like, man, look at all these leads. And you just think people are like, you go look at your front door. You're like, oh, are people lining up yet? And then some time goes by and you're like, well, maybe it's not as simple as I thought this was, or maybe this is all a scam. The excitement when leads start to flow versus the turning leads into patients in reality. Here's the interesting thing. Even though Dr. Peavey was getting a bunch of leads, the first 6 weeks were not smooth. They were not. And the crazy thing is, he's like, oh man, maybe this is not going to work. But in the back of his mind and under the circumstances, they had to work. There was no, maybe this won't work. So one day, Dr. Peavey was walking past his front desk and the gal was on the phone. And he said, is that a Facebook lead? She goes, yeah. He said, would you mind forwarding that call over to my office number? I want to talk to them. He gets on the phone, does a 3-minute consultation. The patient showed up the next day and converted into a $4,500 care plan, like clockwork. And he's thinking, wait a minute, hold on. In 48 hours, I have seen in front of my very own eyes, this campaign or a person go from lead to paid patient in just 48 hours. What is going on? Pop quiz. What would you do next? Well, Dr. Peavey did this. He said, find out what works, then do it again. So what he decided to do, he said, let's add in a phone consult, right? So they committed going forward over the next, foreseeable future. We're going to get a quick response. Okay. We're going to send them a text, and within 3 to 5 minutes, we're going to do a consult. The doctor is going to do this consult and he's going to discuss the conditions, the problems, the solutions. And then he's going to ask them one question and make sure that they fall within this category of ability to pay. And over the next 2.5 months, they doubled their practice. Okay. Pre-pandemic, they were at 180. During the pandemic, they went to 200. He added $50,000 in cash for neuropathy patients. Okay. And his system, the whole process became so predictable. He actually started to, in 30 years, he never did this, took 1 day a week off, which he still does today. Let me ask you a question. What would it mean for you to have any of these? What if you could double your practice in 2.5 months? What if it took 6? Okay. What if you added $50,000 in cash patients to your practice every month? What if it was just half of that on top of what you're already doing? What if your practice was so predictable that you had way more time? And I mean, geez, what if you just could get rid of the anxiety around the guessing game, around all of that, right? I'm guessing that would be pretty awesome. Now, here's a really strange question, an obvious question, an important question. What changed Dr. Peavey's outcome? Better quality leads? We didn't change a dang thing about those leads. Hiring a new front desk? Nope. Hiring a new agency? That doesn't work. It really bothered me. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I saw such a contrast, a stark pivot from failing to winning that I couldn't put my finger on it. And then one day I was listening to a podcast and I heard the first line. It said, every conversation has 2 simultaneous dialogues. I'm like, that's interesting. What's this about? The 2 dialogues. Every conversation has 2 dialogues happening at the exact same time. Okay. Number 1 are the words that you use, the script, the framework. We have an awesome one at Patient Stream. I'm going to tell you about it here in a minute. But that is a very small, minute, tiny piece of what actually is being said. The other is the tone and the cadence of the words being spoken. Or more importantly, the belief and the certainty, because tone and cadence are a reflection of the level of belief and certainty just conveyed in tone and cadence. That's all it is. Okay. Do you think Dr. Peavey had belief and certainty in what he did as a professional of 30 years? Absolutely. And the moment that he stepped into the role of communicating his belief and certainty to that person is the minute everything changed for him. So here's what we can do. I can give you the script, okay? I have taken everything that Dr. Peavey did that we've learned from years of trial and error and made an amazing script, okay? So you can convert those phone calls into phone consults. That's important. All you got to do is install and give the belief to your team, to the people that work for you. Does that make sense, you guys? Grab the Q&A. I sometimes get a little frustrated by some of the simplicity of what really makes things tick. And when I say installing belief, telling your staff members about, success stories that patients have and telling them what they're doing and why they're doing it and why it's such a big deal, I sometimes I feel like it passes like a ship in the night. Like, it's like, oh, well, that's a good thing, but this automation is cool. I'm telling you, if you walked away from nothing else from this webinar, taking the belief that you have in what you do and giving it to the people that work for you will change your practice faster than anything else. Fair enough, you guys? Grab the chat. Let me know. What do you think about that? Is the script super fake sounding? Can we have an example? That's a good question. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. Fakes can be fake, or scripts can be fake sounding, especially if you have no belief behind them. That's then manipulation, and we don't do that. All right, so here's where we're at. We got qualified leads. Now we got the PV script. I call it the PV script because, again, reversing that phone call to a consult. All right. All right. Now I know you guys are excited about the script. Okay. I hope we have a good understanding of the script. And here's that big but again, because I know you're like, well, that's good, but what about the automation? I'm not trying to make anything harder here. In fact, I have that hybrid. When we started out this particular section, we talked about the hybrid. We use automation for speed and efficiency, and we use people for connection and conversation. All right, so let's see what Dr. Peavey's process looks like when you add automation. Okay, so number one, pre-built, quick responses. So when a lead receives a text, so when you get a lead, they get a text immediately. That's automated. The messages are proven and they could be customized. That's automated. Okay, number two, pre-screen like Dr. Peavey. We give you the script, okay, and we show you how to execute it. We have, to answer the question, we have live video role play. You can listen to what a really good example sounds like, copy it, and then work it out at the practice. And then the ability to pay the magical way. You got to hear this story. We'll talk about that here in just a second. All right. Nice. Human plus machine collaboration. Can you show me? Yeah, let's do a quick example. So let's say, for example, you get a brand new lead, Richardson here, Bill Richardson, okay? And Bill Richardson says, all right, I'm interested in your decompression offer, and I opt in, and boom, begin booking automation. Now, what you're about to see is a live booking bot, okay? And so this is real time. This is a screen recording we did, and they are going through and scheduling that person. That is an awesome way to use automation to book an appointment prior to a screening call. How cool is that? You can have that installed on your account, boom, start getting automated bookings just like that. And I know that blows your mind. That's me. That's me just sitting, chilling, being like, whoa, take it easy, fella, lady. Okay. But we're not done yet. How do you know if somebody can pay? Some of these are automated, and then some of these things are soft skills. And I heard this amazing story once from an 8-figure stockbroker. And he said, a lot of people want to qualify their candidates by making them pay something right now, or by making something else, like making them do something. He goes, There's a lot easier way to do it than that. And so he talked about the magic question. And what they would do as a stockbroker is they would get on with a person interested in buying stocks. And they would go through a series of questions. And he said there was only one question that mattered, but we wanted to have a series of questions to ask. That way we didn't look stupid. Like it's like, oh, ask the magic question. You don't just go for the glory here. Just go with a couple of questions and then ask the magic question. The magic question was this: have you ever purchased a stock from a phone broker like me before? And he went on to explain, listen, if people have already tried to solve this problem and they did it with money, there's a 95% chance that they'll do it with you right now and today. Okay. So in our script, and when we talk to people, we want to make sure that one of our questions is, tell us what you've done to try and solve your neuropathy, your back pain, your knee pain. Oh, well, and just listen. If they've paid money before, they'll pay money again, as long as you convey the value. Okay. And again, that is a soft skill, but it is an incredible way to find out which people, which people will pay and are able to pay. So let's go ahead. We're going to do a quick recap here. Number one, use people for connection and conversion. And then that's the Peavey script. And then use automation for speed and efficiency. That's the pre-built booking bot. You guys see how powerful this is? Like, seriously, do you see how powerful? So far, we've talked about like getting rid of crappy leads. We've talked about how to automate bookings. We talked about what most practices are falling short at in terms of belief, scripts, process. All of these things are complete anomalies and misunderstood. We've talked about that. We're only halfway through. You guys excited about this? Is this exciting? Please let me know. Grab the chat. Let me know. I know it's not the actual chat, but let me know what you think. Is this exciting? How powerful would this be just to this point in your practice? All right. So here's the question. Does this work? Well, don't take it from me. Okay. Here's what people have said. Books are full for the next 2 weeks. Okay. We use Patient Stream in our office and love it. One of the best tools we have for patients and lead communication and advertising. I said, hey, we love you back. Thanks for being a part of our family. Sam, absolutely. We thank you because this has helped us tremendously. Okay. I love hearing stuff like that. I love seeing stuff like this. This is Dr. Suhail Samji. In the last 12 months alone, okay, he has spent $42,000, got over 2,031 leads at $20 a pop. Okay. Look at that. And it's crazy. He goes, it's funny. I don't even know how this thing works, Sam, but somehow it knows how to find the people in pain, get their attention, and bring them in. It's a qualified lead formula, Suhail. That's how it works, buddy. All right. Here's where we're at. Let's go ahead and get back on the same page. Qualified leads, the Peavey script. We got that booking bot. Something's missing here. How do we get those stinking leads? Sam, don't I need to hire an agency? Or don't I need to learn how to run Facebook ads? No. I'm not here to teach you how to run Facebook ads. Okay. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to unlock the power of Facebook ads without an agency. Okay. You guys ready for this? Let's roll. Here's a simple solution to add new patients without the expense or unreliability of Facebook ad agencies. All right, we're going to go back to this case study. We talked a lot about it. It is kind of a very important part of this whole thing. This is the last time, I promise. All right. When this case study got published, I thought we were going to get so much accolades from, people in the chiropractic space. They're like, oh my gosh, you guys must be the best, whatever. Most of you didn't care, which is fine. But this really interesting firm did care. And they said, they were a venture capital firm out of the East Coast. They said, Sam, we're building a tool for agencies and need some insights into what folks like you need in your business. Do you offer consulting? And basically they were trying to build a tool that would kind of, in a way, put the traditional agency, the way we used to do it, out of business. But we looked at it as a new opportunity, okay? A way to take where we were at right there today and evolve to the next move. And over the next 8 months, when we would consult with them and when they were building this tool with us, we went into this thing I called the what if we could cycle. Said, man, I hate when we put up an ad and there's something that's misspelled. But if I have somebody putting up 20 ads in a day, those kind of things slip through the cracks. Can we just, is there a way we could get rid of that? Okay. Or what if we could make it to where it was really easy and we didn't have to get into Facebook Ads Manager, so we had all this extra time? What if, wait, what if this? What if we create ads from our library? We have this library of pre-built campaigns. What if we could make the actual creation process intuitive and easy, so nobody, like, you didn't even have to learn how to do it. You could just click and they go. And through that process, we got to this end result of, wait a minute, anybody can run their own ads without knowing a thing about Facebook ads. You doctor watching right now, can launch Facebook ads yourself as long as you can answer these 3 questions. Okay. Question number 1, what niche do you want to promote? Is it chiropractic? Is it regenerative therapies? Whatever. Within that niche, which offer do you choose to turn on? And then finally, what is your daily marketing budget? You can run your own ads without an agency in 3 clicks. Okay. So Sam, what you're saying is I can perfectly create, launch, and get my own Facebook leads, even though I have 0 marketing experience. Yep. I can barely log into Facebook, let alone set up an ad. Correct, sir. And this works as good as an agency. It works better than an agency. It cannot be that easy. Well, give me 60 seconds, you guys, and I will prove it to you. Do me a favor. Whenever I play a video on these webinars, I want to make sure that the audio is coming through. If you're not hearing the audio, please grab the Q&A and let me know. What's up, guys? Hey, I hope you're enjoying the webinar. Now, I'm limited on time. I guess I got 60 seconds. So let me show you my proof through a patient stream demo. All right, so we are inside the templates categories. So in this section, you find all of the different niches. These are all the promises and the problems that we've identified. In this case, let's go ahead and try a neuropathy campaigns. We've got hundreds of offers, lots for you to choose from. And these are all really great offers. Let's scroll down through. Let's go ahead and launch this thermography neuropathy campaign. All right, the next step, put in our daily budget. Put in whatever website you want, and then adjust your radius, just leave it like that, and then hit launch. And that's it. You did it. Let's go see what the ads look like. All right, here's the created campaign. You can see, go ahead and click expand, see all the ad creative, the ad copy, the headline, everything you need. The targeting is all included, and it was all done within just a few clicks. All right, I know that was quick. It's probably because it's so simple. So thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the webinar. All right, it's pretty simple. Now it's interesting. I did this webinar or that video, I don't know, maybe a year ago or something. And I had somebody follow up in a comment or a question. They're like, well, I think it's probably easy because you were the one doing it. So you just made it look easy. I'm like, oh, okay, well, how do I solve that problem? So what I did was I went and I got my sweet little girl and we shot this video. All right, to show us how easy this really is. This is my 10-year-old little girl, Mia. Hi. She has never used this software. This is her first time, her first day. I walk her through it real quick. You ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right, Mia, go ahead. Okay, well, you already know what you're doing. Well, hold on. You're going too fast. All right, keep going. That's fine. I told her which ad to run. Go ahead and put in $10. It's fine.
Okay, that's my favorite number anyways.
All right. Put in the thank you page that I gave you. I did give her a thank you page. Yep. You did it. Okay. And just like that.
I did it. I love scared.
She did it. It literally took her less than 30 seconds. Good job. All right. Well, Chuck approves. And so do our users. This is what they say. This is Dr. Donnie. He said he started running our ads back in December. We're currently running two ads for two niches, neuropathy and decompression. Still went through the entire process, committed to practice. This led to January being a record month for new patients and collections. And I believe this was actually, it might've been an email, but we were actually on a webinar just like this, and somebody typed this in the chat. And no, the chat, February beat January. So anyway, Dr. Donnie. And the reason he's showing you all that blood there is because he got bit by a shark. So Dr. Donnie, new smear in the spine and injury. Michelle Sims, one of our originals, she said, you know, in the midst of COVID, so this is obviously a little while ago, we're completely booked out for the next 3 weeks. More updated, the absolute best company I've ever worked with, produced the most new patients of any company I've ever worked in 30 years in practice. And then we've got Dr. Elon, and he said, hey, I'm getting consistent leads. They show up. Most are starting care. It's working great and at an affordable price. It's also like, I also like that I can change the ads whenever I like. Okay. And then this is a newer one with Dr. Coachman. He says, not only have I saved a ton of money, after using the additional training and support, I've been able to add an additional $2,000 a day in cash collections. How amazing is that?
Are you serious? I'm dead serious.
Listen, it's exciting. It's hopefully when you guys see this, you're like, this is totally possible because it's easy. Listen, click 1, pick the category. 2, pick the ad. 3, launch the campaign. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So where are we right now? We added that final piece, the click and go ads. All right, so we're going to do a quick little recon here. We talked about the qualified lead formula. We know how to get good leads into our pipeline. We talked about how to get bookings, okay, using the bot, using the script. And then we talked about how to never hire an agency ever again. You guys, has this been valuable so far? Has this been valuable to you in attendance? Again, I know the Q&A is a little clunky. Has this been valuable to this point? Let me ask you that question. Go ahead, and I'm here for you. If it's not been valuable, then that sucks for me. But hey, you know, we're here to make sure that all you guys are having a good experience. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Wonderful. Very good. I know a lot of you this past hour kind of feel a little overwhelmed. You know, this is a lot of new information. I try and make it as simple as possible. I know I talk fast, but I try and, you know, convey this information as easily as possible. And, you know, but I know it also can be overwhelming. So let me ask you this question. Okay. I don't want to do this. I want to make sure that, you know, the reason that you came here is for the appropriate reason. Would you like to see how this would work in your practice? Would you like me to show you how this is installed and how this functions inside your practice, and tell you how we can help you get using this exact process today? Grab that chat. Do you need Facebook account to use service? Yes, you do. You need a Facebook account. If you don't have one, we can help you. Grab the account and we'll talk about all that kind of stuff here in just a minute. You guys want to see this? Do you want to see how this works in your practice? Yes. Give me a yes. I think we have a delay in the Q&A, frankly, because I see the comments come in, but they're in a little delayed. Okay. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead. Yeah, they're coming in now. That's interesting. All right. So I created this new special offer. I've never done this offer before. Okay. I'm calling it the Practice Builder full installation of our automated new patient system. Here's what the thing is all about. Okay. Obviously, we've got qualified patients. We want to get those to you. We've got that formula embedded into the system. We want to get those to you ASAP. Okay. I want to save you a ton of money. This is not, you no longer have to require an agency to do this. Okay. And I also want to give you, just the way Dr. Elon said, complete control over your new patient efforts right now, starting today. And today, since we're talking about the big 3, knee, neuropathy, low back, I want to start out by including and adding to you guys immediate and unlimited access to our entire library for campaigns like neuropathy, spinal decompression, and anything knee related. So this is the knee on track. Obviously, that's our top performer. You guys, if you're here from the ErgoFlex invite, then that is an absolute game changer when it comes to getting more knee patients in the door, right? These are amazing campaigns. All of them have proven results, okay? All of them. And it's because the formula works. We've proven it to work. And again, like I'm saying, all available in 3 clicks. Okay, so far here's what we're going to be able to add to this special offer we're doing today. Full access to the Big 3 library. Okay, and of course the 3-click ad launch tool. So you can launch those ads with no agency. $18,000 is a replacement value that I'm putting there. I mean, geez, a year's worth of agency fees, you're saving more than that in most cases. But there you go, right there. Okay. Next, total value, $23,000. But I didn't want to stop there. And I didn't want to stop there mostly because I didn't necessarily share this part. You remember at the very beginning of this presentation, we talked about, me being at this meeting. The reality is Sonny found me when I was at my lowest, but he inspired me and he taught me how to help docs just like you and the people that you serve. And this is why I still do this today. And this is why I will always try to over-deliver. Okay. So, well, I know you came here for neuropathy, knee decompression. Is it okay if I over-deliver? Is that okay with you guys? You guys okay if I over-deliver here just a bit? Yes. All right. Most agencies are going to charge you $1,500 a month to run a single campaign, and then add another 500 or X, whatever you want to call it, for every additional campaign. Okay. On this training, and on top of the Big 3, I want to unlock my entire library. So all of the niches that you see here on your screen: back pain, neck pain, migraines, scoliosis, decompression, knee, neuropathy, weight loss, ADD, allergies, shockwave therapy, laser, all that stuff. I want to unlock all of them for you. This is my entire library of proven ads available to you, which means this: you want neuropathy patients, 3 clicks. You want decompression patients, it's 3 clicks. Okay. You want knee patients, it's 3 clicks. Weight loss, 3 clicks. Chiropractic, 3 clicks. Thyroid patients, 3 clicks. Okay. I think we're getting the point here. Whatever you need in just 3 clicks. And just so we are clear here, no upcharges. If you want to run 3 campaigns at one time, or 20,000, 20,000, that's crazy. Whatever. 10, 20 campaigns at one time, doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't take you any time to switch from one niche to the other. So if you've ever called an agency and you're like, hey, this spinal decompression campaign is not working anymore, I want to shift over to whatever. They're like, okay, well, that's going to take us a little bit of time. No, you go into PageStream, you click it, you turn it off, boom, and you're up and going within a minute. Okay. And there's no additional setup fees. And yes, unlimited does mean unlimited. You run as many as you want. All right. Listen, this is awesome. But if all this thing did was help you get and work with just qualified people instead of all the tire kickers, would it be worth it? Yeah, I think it would be. Right. If all it did was help you save money and no longer have to rely on an agency for the myriad of reasons we've discussed, would it be worth it? If all it did was help you know exactly where to go if you need to get more business for your practice, would it be worth it? Yes. What if it just helped you get 10 new patients a month? What if that's all you were able to do with this thing? What if it was just 7? What if it was just even a measly 4? Would that be worth it? Now, let me be very clear. I'm not here to shoot for 4. You should be shooting for 4 either. The point is this. This is a very powerful tool. And even if we get conservative, the way you grow your practice can absolutely change forever. So let's make sure you know what you're getting. You're getting the Big 3 library. That's our most proven part of our library. Okay. The 3-click ad launch tool. Okay. Unlimited access to the full library. That some of these values is like, how do I come up with the value for the full access to that library? $15,000. If you would have offered me $15,000 for that entire library before I had it, I would have been like, that's all. Yeah, there you go. Sure. Okay. Total value, $38,000. That's amazing. I can give patients with these. No more agencies, proven offers. Good, good, good. But what about all those leads? How am I going to learn how to do all this? What if it's harder than I thought? Don't worry. Don't worry. First of all, when it comes to the booking bot and our entire automation suite, okay, that does all of this, it does everything you saw before, the appointment automation, and then lead nurturing, all that kind of good stuff. We install it for you. It's all installed for you. All right. And here's what's included in that booking bot and automated suite. Number one, pre-built reactivation campaigns that actually work, two-way texting and broadcasting, call recording, voicemail broadcasting, messenger access, website chat icon, review requests and automated reviews, scheduling and appointment reminders, minimum 2364 minimum. It also means that if you have Review Wave, you can get rid of that. MailChimp, you can get rid of that. Zapier, you can get rid of that. CallRail, you can get rid of that. Slide Broadcast, you can get rid of that. Zing It, you can get rid of that. ManyChat, you can get rid of that. All of this can go. You can save money on all of this. So whatever you're getting on the screen, all of it can go. And just so we're clear here, once again, I have to say this because I want to make sure that this is super duper clear. We install it for you. We don't install garbage. We install stuff that is proven to work. We make it super easy to use and it's guaranteed. Okay, so here's what you're getting. Library, launch tool, ad library, booking bot, automated suite, all installed for you. Total value, $40,000. That's a ton of value. And while I could stop there and I could say, hey, I could actually charge you this. I really had two choices when I'm coming up with the price on how to do this. Number one, I could say, I'm just going to go with the really successful 7-figure practices, stay in that high niche thing, work with practices with larger budgets and, more available resources. Second option, make this program affordable for anyone and be able to help more people. I have not forgotten where I came from. I never will. Okay. I have not forgotten where I came from and why I do this. And while you would pay a regular agency $2,000, you're not going to pay that. Okay. And you're not going to get poorly run ads. You're not going to be chasing leads all around, and you're not going to be getting a whole bunch of crappy leads. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. When you sign up from this webinar today, you get it for $497. Wait a minute, Sam. If this works so well, why not just let's try it for free? That's an interesting thought. I thought about that. And so here's what I decided to do. I'm so glad there's a bunch of you still on live. So here's what we're going to do for live attendees and for 24 hours on the replay. Instead of paying $497, I'm going to give this all to you for 14 days for free. That means 14 days to get qualified leads, 14 days to take control of your marketing, okay? 14 days to see what your practice new potential is with this tool, and then 14 days to see for yourself, risk-free, that patient stream is the only solution you need to grow your practice. 14 days free, you guys, okay? Then after that, because you're in love with it and you're like, dude, this is sweet, it's $497 a month. Month-to-month contract. That's 100% discount from our current price, and it's 14 days free. How awesome is that? You can open up a new tab. We're not done yet, but you can open up a new tab, ergoflexwebinar.com, and begin the checkout process. You can absolutely take me up on that 14-day free trial now. But I want to let you know what else is included. VIP onboarding. Now, I've told you we install the system for you, okay? And we also install it with you. So we have a way of doing this to ensure your success. So onboarding number one, we help you run your ads, install that 3-click automation, and help you get everything you need to get going. Okay. Number two, automate your appointments, get everything going. Make sure you've got all that dialed in and it's working. And then number three, see where you're at on conversions, case values, and make sure, again, you're ready to grow and scale. Okay. So here's where you're going to get, okay, all of this cool stuff, you guys, like everything, the big three library, our most proven part of the library, 3-click ad automation, my full library, booking bot, automated suite, and then our VIP onboarding. We do that onboarding the way we do it to ensure your success and use of the tool. It's awesome. That price should say priceless, but anyway, it's absolutely amazing. Is this fair offer? Listen, again, I wanted to make this affordable for everyone. And because it works so well, I can make stupid offers like this, a 14-day free IRL. This is a silly offer. Okay. If it is as good as I say, why would I offer it for free? Because the damn thing works like a champ, like a champ. Okay. Let me put a bow on it. If after you decide, if you get in, I have this thing called the once you're inside guarantee. When you buy Patient Stream, you buy it with absolute confidence. You're not even buying it. You're getting a 14-day free trial. But anytime, okay, if you're not happy, then I'm not happy. We're not happy. Okay. We understand that giving you your money back is an absolute correct thing to do if we suck, but we don't suck. We're amazing. This is, I mean, those people didn't make up those testimonials, right? One final time. These are all the things you're getting, you guys. Okay. And you're getting it not for that value. You're getting it for 14 days for free. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and start a 15-minute timer. I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has. Okay. You can go to the ergoflexwebinar.com and check that out. That offer is gone in 24 hours. Okay. Thank you for showing up live. It is, and especially we had a doctor earlier that was saying, geez, who was it? Let me just give you a quick, Jim Milham. Jim, thank you for coming, man. That is, it's a big deal. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. I know that, oh man, we got people just going over and buying it. Okay. If you have questions, maybe I covered everything, or you can just go over and buy it. Let's go ahead and, are there any hidden costs? Nope. I don't think there's no hidden costs. We, everything that we put together in the program in terms of all the tools, the integrations, that's all free. I will say this, there is a limit on the amount of text messages that you can send. And the reason that is we had somebody come in and send like 100,000 text messages in a month. Okay. We do cover a percentage. Most people don't see a bill for text messages, but if you come in and send 100,000, you're going to get a bill. Okay. Better than an agency. Yes, it is better than an agency. And I know because I had an agency, right? This tool, this automation outperforms my agency. Plus it doesn't make spelling mistakes. Okay. It doesn't make targeting mistakes. It doesn't make the mistakes that are so prevalent in, in an agency. So yeah, it's better. And I mean, because it's by software, we can collect all of the performance information on one single ad. And so our results, when I say they're proven, I'm not kidding. Like we aggregate the results on a single campaign, which is something an agency cannot do. So absolutely is better. Let me grab a drink real quick, you guys. A drink real quick. Got a lot of people. How can you help me to set up Facebook account? Okay, so everybody has a different situation in terms of Facebook accounts. If you have a banned account, okay, if you had it banned and you went through the process and it got banned, there you can start up a new page many times, which then you can start up an ad account. Okay. If you just don't have one, then when you do your onboarding, we can, routinely help people set up new ad accounts. If you have something that's in dispute, sometimes that can be a bit of a challenge. Everybody's situation is a little bit different, but there are more solutions for fixing ad accounts, George, than there were previous. Good question. All right, we still got quite a few people on. We have a lot of people going over and getting started, which that's awesome. What are the questions you guys have? Patient Stream is a game changer. Highly recommended. Thank you, Misty. Appreciate it. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm going to have to, the next time I do one of these, establish the chat a little bit better. All right. Is my area exclusive? We don't do exclusivity with over 100 campaigns and all that kind of stuff. It's never been an issue. We have over 100 clinics. It's never been an issue. So if it ever does become an issue, we will address it, but it's never been an issue. Is it an easy process to change over from current company running our Facebook page? Absolutely. Yeah, it's when you onboard with Patient Stream. So when you sign up, as soon as you sign up for that 14-day free trial, you'll be redirected to an onboarding schedule, and we have you onboarded, set up, and ready to go in 45 minutes. So it is easy to do. And again, we do it for you. Good question, Jim. All right. What else we got here? You guys feel free, go ahead, go over to, if you have, we got still a lot of, I mean, we got plenty of people that have already gone over and taken us up on that. It is a 24-hour clock on that. And as you can tell, I mean, we don't ever do 14 days free trial. It's silly, but we've got such a dialed in process right now in the back end that I feel like it's time to stress, to stress the system a little bit. And I think we're going to have a really, I think it's gonna, you guys are gonna be blown away. So let's see here. What else? Can't find website. Can't find website. ergoflexwebinar.com. Let's make sure that's. Let's see here. Let's make sure that that's not the case. Let's see here. You guys should be seeing this page right here. I think most everyone else was able to get over there, but I'll go ahead and put it. If I put it in the chat, can you guys see what's in the chat? That I don't know. Let's see here. Can your ads be modified to accommodate state mandated disclaimers? Yes, they can be. So ergoflexwebinar.com. That does it. Is it not working when you do www? Maybe let's check that out. Just first. Whoop. Okay, well, it takes you to the replay, which is fine. Either of these is fine. Okay, they'll both take you to the same place.